Morning guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another episode of Football Away Days. As you can see, I'm not at home. I am off somewhere today. I'm currently at Birmingham Airport. It's currently 4 AM in the morning. I am about to jump on a flight to Turin. I'm off to see Juventus versus Genoa tonight. So I am through security. It took me probably about 10 minutes, if that. Literally, there was hardly any queue, so just walked straight through. I'm now in the departure lounge. Never flown from this airport before, so interested to see what it's got. I'm about to have a mooch around the shops. But yeah, let me tell you a little about the trip. So I'm flying out of Birmingham Airport this morning. It's the second flight out, so the 5:55 flight this morning to Turin. I've got all day in Turin today. Never been to Italy before, never been to Juventus before, so really looking forward to it. So yeah, I've got a hotel in the city. I've got a few bits and pieces to do during the day, so I'm going to take you with me. Let me tell you about parking. So I used the Just Park app, which I used for my last trip as well. Parking here was at the Air Parks, which is a bus ride from here. Probably took me about 5 minutes to get here on a bus, if that. Really simple process, and the parking cost me £35. So my gate has been called. It is gate 45. Just heading down there now. I say, never been here before, so I don't know how long it's going to take to walk. There was a sign in front of me that says up to the left. I am now down at gate 45. We are pretty much ready to board. We're due to take off in, in about 35 minutes, so all good. So this is my plane to Turin. I'm boarding at the back again. I am seat 19C. I didn't pre-book again. It was cheap enough not to. So I'm actually flying out of Ryanair, but I'm flying back with Jet2. I've just landed in Turin. Landed 15 minutes early, which is really good. We now have to wait for a bus to get us across the terminal. The terminal is just in front of me, so I'm going to jump on the bus. That is not a bad view from the airport, is it? The mountains with the snow on it. What is that? And just like that, I'm through security. It was a really quick process. A lot of people, but got through fairly quickly. And now just trying to find my way to the train station and work out where I'm going from there. Good thing as well, all the signs are in English, so the railway station is just through the car park, so I'm heading over there now. So looking at the train map, I am here and I need to get to here. So I'm just going to buy the tickets now. I'll let you know how much it costs. The train ticket cost €3.70. Next train is 9:17. It's now about 10 past. So here is my train. Again, really simple process. So I am off the train and into Turin. That was really easy. It's taken about half an hour on the train. Easy is going to be a phrase that I use quite a bit. It is, just getting around Europe seems so simple. It's really cool. So I'm just going to mooch around the city for a bit. The game kicks off at 6 PM tonight, Italian time. So I've got a few bits and pieces planned. Touristy bits. Obviously I won't show you guys that, but I am going to go to the Juventus Museum. I've got tickets for that, which I'm really excited about. So I am here at La Pista 500. So up there is a racetrack, and I'm going to go up there and have a look. This is so cool. It has just started raining, but I love it. It's awesome, actually. It's so good. I've looked at scenes for the Italian Job, and this corner here, scenes of the Italian Job, is filmed from up there, and they're coming this way and around that corner. It's so cool. I have found my hotel. It's about a 15-minute walk from the city centre, so just across the bridge. Looks okay, so it's only a Best Western. It cost me £70. So let's go and check in, chill out for a bit. So my room is 882. It is only a single room because randomly that's all I could book. So obviously a decent bathroom with a shower, mirror, toilet behind the door, wardrobe, and a single bed. It's only a small room, but it's enough for one night. So I have just left the hotel. I'm now on my way to the stadium. I can get a taxi. Taxi take me about half an hour, and it's about €15. Or I can get the buses, which will take me about 45 minutes, I think. So I'm going to try the bus and see how I get on. I think it's 2 buses from here. So I've just got off the first bus. It took me about 15 minutes from my hotel to get here. Obviously, if you're a bit more central in the hotel, because my hotel is not central, it will be a little bit quicker. So yeah, the next tram is due in about 2 minutes. I jump on the tram for about, I think, 7 or 8 stops, and then I get the bus straight to the stadium. Excited. So I have just got off the tram, and there is the arena. It looks an impressive arena. I'm going to try and find my way in now and find out where the museum is. And I'm going to have a little look in the museum, and then it's time for the game. So the stadium is out in the middle of nowhere. There's houses in the distance, but as you can see, there's not a lot around. So it is just the stadium. So I'm just walking around to find a way in now. So in true fashion, I came around the wrong side of the ground. So the museum is on the other side. So it looks the same again though, that you go through the turnstiles outside, and then obviously when you get up to the ground, that's the only way you can get to the ground. I really like that. It was the same in Leipzig. So it would appear once you're in the ground, you can probably just walk around the ground. I'm not too sure on the away section, but I would say at least the rest of it you can walk around. So walking around, as you come around, there's lots of outlets everywhere, but there's also places like Burger King. There's an old Wild West restaurant, lots of restaurants actually in and around the ground, which is pretty cool. Just trying to find the museum. I believe I'm heading the right way. I'll have about 45 minutes in the museum or so before I have to come out and get me seat. As you come around, you've got the Juventus store, which is quite a big store, so I shall have a look in there at one point. And directly in front of me is the sign for the museum. I booked the museum direct through the Juventus website, which I will show you at the end of the video. This is a list of all the people that have owed over 300 appearances for Juventus, and then they've got all their shirts, which is really, really cool. It's got all the names on them and everything. David Trezeguet, Pavel Nedved, who remembers him? This guy is an absolute legend. Zidane. This is awesome. This is so cool. I am closer to the European Cup than any Arsenal player will ever be. So that's me done in the Juventus Museum. Impressed with the trophies though. Been in there for about 40 minutes, seen everything in there. Didn't really look at all the displays and read all the displays, but I was just looking at everything else. I do want to explore the ground now, so I'm going to go and do that now. Just coming to the Juventus store, it's huge. And it's also heaving as well. There's quite a lot in the shop that I liked, but I have restrained myself. I did just buy a pin. I'm now walking around to get some food and go into the ground. There's food booths and everything behind me, as you can see. There's also merchandise stands and stuff out here as well. Although I'm going to go in and see what they've got officially in the ground. It might be a little bit more expensive, but I'm going to review it for you guys as well. Just walking around to my block. I'm in turnstile F. I think when I say block 106, I'll let you know in a minute. But one thing I have found, there's lots of police presence, loads of people around, but there's no trouble whatsoever. It's really good. The people that I have asked and spoken to have spoken English, so I've not struggled with language or anything like that. I say it's been really, really good experience so far. I'm looking forward to getting into the ground now and see what it's like inside. Just coming to get in, the sun has come out, it's really warm. I've got to take my jumper off, it's that warm, so I have just a t-shirt on. Yeah, a little bit of a queue to get in. So I've just come through the turnstiles. You can see behind me there was no actual turnstiles, there's people standing there. Just in front of me now is a security check, so I'm just going to go through that. I've made it in, so obviously you've got the turnstiles behind me, and then you've got the metal detectors as well, so a bit of a queue for both. One thing I did find that I thought was very good, they actually checked my ID to make it sure it was the same name on the ticket, which is very good. They never did that in Leipzig. I just scanned my app. I've never done that at Liverpool either. Once through security, you come up to another turnstile where you've got to scan your ticket again. So once I've done that, I am literally inside the ground. I am officially in the stadium. So it's the same as Leipzig. There's all the bars and the food and everything like that all scattered around. Obviously, because I'm on the lower levels, I've had to come in through the lower level entrance, which is there. Let's have a look at what the food is. So food options on here are hot dog and chips. There are probably others. So I've gone for hot dog, chips and a Coke for now. I'm going to get a beer in a little bit. But this was €16.50, which again, for stadium food, I don't think is too bad. I just had food. Food was actually really, really good. Really tasty. Not bad price for a decent sized portion as well. As I say, I had a Coke with it as well. I'm going to get a beer at half time. There is a bar just here.
I'm either going to do that or I'm going to try the fast track beer machines. This is pretty cool. They got a fast track beer machine. So literally you walk up, you do your card and it pours you a beer. How cool is that? My seat is section 108. I'm just going to walk in there now. Wow. How cool is this? Wow. What a scene. So cool. Such a good view. This seat is amazing. This atmosphere is amazing. So it is 1-0 Juve. So half time and it's 1-0 to Juventus. Good goal as well. Really good game so far. It's all been Juventus, nothing been to anyone this end. But Juventus are attacking this end in the second half. So yeah, really good so far. Again, the atmosphere is amazing. Much better than Germany. Yeah, loving it. Absolutely loving it. Great seat as well. I'm now going for a beer. So this is the fast track beer machine. Let's give it a go. One beer. Oh. So I've got to grab a glass. Put a glass on there. On that one. Continue. So I've paid for the beer and it pours itself for me. How cool is this? So this is my pint. The only downside, it does give a lot of head, but really quick, it beats beating the queue over there. This was €7 for this pint. So you can only get in this section that we're in. We can't go around the ground, which I thought it was like Leipzig. It just goes to the far end over there. So there's one beer place, one food place, and there's a store over there as well. Was amazing. Another awesome experience. The atmosphere was incredible. Much better than Leipzig. I don't know if you can still hear me, but oh wow. Game wasn't particularly great. Juve won. First goal in first half. Down the other end, so no goals this end. Few chances though, but really, the atmosphere in here is probably the best atmosphere I've seen so far. Absolutely incredible. Would I come again? 100%. Highly recommend a visit to Juventus. You can probably hear me now. Wow, that was incredible. The atmosphere was electric pretty much the entire game. Could hardly hear the away fans and I was sitting right next to them. It was amazing. This has been, I know it's only my second one, but this has been the best one so far. Highly recommend. If you can get out to Turin to watch a Juventus game, highly recommend it. Really good. I am now back in the room. It's been a really good day. I fly home in the morning. Yeah, recapping everything. The museum was really good. The ease of getting into the ground was really good. The food was good. I thought the price was pretty good as well. Overall, a really great experience. I'd say this has been my favourite one so far. I enjoyed Leipzig, but this one is completely different level. I would actually come back here again fairly soon, yeah. Really enjoyed it.
So I used Soccerbase again for the fixtures. I found this is the easiest way to find the fixtures with the dates and times. Once I chose the game, I then headed over to Sky Scanner. It turns out the
cheapest way for flights this trip were Birmingham to Turin with Ryanair, and then Turin back to Birmingham with Jet2. I booked the flights direct with the airlines rather than Skyscanner, as I mainly use Skyscanner as a guide. As I mentioned earlier, I use Just Park for the parking. I do use the app rather than the website. It's pretty easy to navigate. You select where you want to park and choose your preferred option. Once the flights were booked, I headed over to the Juventus website. Again, it's pretty easy to navigate, and if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, there is an option for English. You have to create an account, so I created an account which is free. I selected the game I wanted, then it takes me to the stadium view. I picked where I wanted to sit. It also gives you a virtual view of the block, which is helpful. Then head to checkout. Once I've purchased my ticket, I came back to the main ticket page. If you scroll down a little bit further than the games, it gives you the option to purchase the museum and the stadium tour tickets. You select your date and it gives you the price. So here's a breakdown of the cost for this trip. So the flights flying out of Birmingham to Turin for both Ryanair and Jet2 were £58. The hotel, which was the Best Western Crimea Hotel, that was £67. The Juventus ticket with the exchange rate, a little bit expensive, worked out about £38, but for me, definitely worth it. The parking at Birmingham, I managed to get that for £35. The museum with the exchange rate worked out about £18. And then the trains, trams, buses that I got for both days totaled £15. That's a grand total of £231. So on that note, guys, thanks for watching and look out for more travel soon.